This is Charleston's retirement coach, Brandon Bowen.
If you are like many hardworking Americans, many hardworking folks around Charleston, you retire with your 401k and then you're sitting there going, okay, well, now what? What do I do? What do I do with this big hunk of money? I come from the place of I've thought about it. I retire one day and they're going to say, here's your $2 million check, ma'am. I'm like, don't give me that. Like, I don't want that.
Yes.
Put that in the bank. Like, don't.
I'll do something. I'll drop it up
I don't want that responsibility.
What do I do?
So generally speaking, when it comes to our 401k, we've got two options about what do we do now. You can leave the money in your former company's plan, or you can roll it over to an IRA, an individual retirement account that allows you to manage it. Again, but it's like, whoa. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know if I want that on my plate, Brandon. So what should we know about these different moves? And what do you recommend? How do you help people through this process?
Yeah. So the first thing I would want you to think through is, what do you want this money to do? Okay.
Yep.
That's the best place to start, is what do you want it to do? And you most everyone would say, well, Brandon, I want it to, let's see, I'm leaving my employer. So this is the biggest pile of cash I've ever had here. I'm so nervous. I'm going to do something wrong, but I need it to pay me some income.
Yeah.
Right. I need to live, because now I got maybe 2 Social Security checks, and no pension, or maybe you do have a pension, but really it's usually that and then all this money. So we now are moving from, accumulation phase. Now we're moving to that preservation, the distribution, right? The income phase, right? The flow, like, here in Charleston, the tides will come rushing in. If you were to go have dinner at one of these waterfront restaurants and you sit there and you just see on Shem Creek or wherever, you see the tides coming in, or you go there another time and the tides gushing back out, right? So the flow of this money is now going to be heading out to you. You're not trying to grow it anymore. So I would want to know, okay, well, what do you want the money to do? And if you were to say, well, I want it to provide income and I need it to not go away. I need to not run out of money.
Yeah.
That's kind of my biggest fear right now, is running out of money at some point. If I get blessed with longevity, this money needs to get blessed with longevity. Okay. So those are probably the first 2 things that people say, I want this money to do. So knowing that, here's what I would say about your 401k is that, broadly speaking, most often you have more investment options if you roll it out. Okay.
Yeah.
And you would want to roll it out. What that's called is a direct rollover. And you'd want to roll that to a 401k. Okay. So this is you just got to make sure you don't say, send me a check to your name.
Right.
That would be a tax bomb, right? A taxable distribution. It's got to be a direct rollover. Okay. And we want to roll that to your rollover IRA or an IRA, right? So that's where a lot of times my clients, when they like our plan that we put together and it makes complete sense to them, they're like, okay, what's the next step? And I'm like, well, the next step is we open up an IRA at Fidelity. So we open up an IRA and then we start initiating these rollovers. Okay. It could be from the current 401k, could be the old one, or from a current other rollover IRA.
And that's something you guide people through the process, because this is, again, we were talking about, I don't want to mess this up. This is where people get nervous because they start hearing about things and it became a taxable event, or it triggered a fee or a fine or something. And they're like, I'm trying not to mess this up.
And that is a big fear of a lot of people. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of times I get that question of like, okay, so are you going to do this?
Right.
They're like, please
help me.
I like the plan, but the thought of
I don't want to do
all this
I don't want to be in
paperwork
charge.
And I don't know what, and I'm like, yes, please lean back in your chair.
Yeah.
I was like, let me get you some refreshments, because yes, that's what we do. That is, yes, we do that. We bring it over. We open the accounts. We send the transfer of assets. I'll call your current 401k and I'll ask for the rollover forms. So please send it to us and I help you walk through it. I'm a notary. If we need spousal consent, I do this all for you. We're doing it all together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had clients where there's been 6 different tax deferred qualified accounts, and we've had to, it took like 3 hours that meeting did, and we're calling everybody and we're getting everything going. And they've come in, they feel like they've lost 50 pounds.
Sure.
Because they have now consolidated. Yes. So
let me quickly interject, Brandon, as you're listening to us on WSC today, and you're like, yes, I need that help. Brandon and his team, their local offices in Mount Pleasant, they're here for you. Bowenwealth.com is where to go, or give us a call right now, 843-890-2400 if you have questions about this process and you want Brandon's help. Okay, please continue.
Yeah. So we do that. And like I was just saying, then that's going to allow us to streamline your accounts. You probably are going to go from like 6 to 3 or something, whatever the number might be but it's where we can combine some stuff. Because also when you've got all these accounts, what I also find is account A doesn't know what B is doing, what C is doing, right? It's just a mess. It's all over. And so consolidating here, we can now bring some synergy to the investments as well.
Yeah.
Right. Based on your tax status, where are we going to take the risk? Well, we want to take the risk. I want to grow the money that's going to be tax-free gains.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's all these benefits of streamlining your accounts. And then the last thing I would say is this is where 401ks kind of it's a fair fight as far as like an IRA. And that is, we need to analyze the payout options of your 401k. Okay. Sometimes if you've got a 401k, maybe there's a pension option, or maybe you've got a pension that has a lump sum option as well as payout options. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I'm honest with, all of my recommendations here. And so if you have a pension where there is income options, then what I do is I say, okay, well, let's look at what are, maybe some joint lifetime income options. Mm-hmm. What will they pay you if you then give them your lump sum and let them pay you that income? Yeah. I also then will go and shop around. Okay. Or if we were to take the lump sum, can I go out to the free market, to the open market, and beat that income? Yeah. Right. So, and sometimes there have been, situations where I cannot beat it. Yeah. And I've said, hey, I've gone out and shopped it around. Yeah. That's right. I've shopped it around. I can get you this, but I'm about $1,000 less per month. And I'm going to tell you, don't take, leave it there at work. Let's select this option. So bring in your papers. I'm going to help you fill it out, but they've got the better offer. Okay. Yeah. And my clients, I know that almost endears them to me more. Yeah. Right. It's because they're like, okay, I love that. Yeah. So let's do it, and then we'll just maximize the other buckets that I can manage. Okay. So I want you to have the best income. I want you to think through every decision with every bucket of money that you have, just like you were my parents. Okay. Yeah. My in-laws. I'm going to treat you just like each one of my clients. I go through the whole fiduciary process here and make these recommendations in your interest, for your benefit. And so, let me tell you just a real quick story. I do have some clients that they've been clients probably 7 or 8 years now. And we originally rolled out their 401ks and they went with a couple annuities. Okay. Mm-hmm. They both have an annuity and they're now in their mid 70s. Mm-hmm. They are loving life. They're so active still. He plays golf all the time. Yeah, they both play golf. Let me correct myself. Mm-hmm. They both play golf a lot. And so they came in for a review. We were reviewing the portfolio, all this stuff. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so your RMD, so they had selected, because they don't need this income because everything else is paid off and everything, it's just a great setup. Yeah. Their RMD, we set it up for an annual payment. So they get a big check once a year. And he was like, well, this is exciting. He said, Brandon, because 2 years ago with this RMD check here, she got a brand new kitchen. Nice. We remodeled our kitchen. Nice. And he said, last year, I bought my new convertible Corvette. Nice. With my RMD check. And I'm like, can I say this on the radio? Right. Can I tell your all story? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. This is great. And they're just like, we've been talking for the past few weeks. What are we going to do with this year's check? Uh-huh. And all of that is possible is because we sat down and analyzed, their 401k, those big decisions back when they became clients. And now, the stress, you can just see it. The lack of stress, I should say, you can just see it on their face. Mm-hmm. They're so happy. They're excited. They're traveling with the kids and grandkids. He's got his convertible with his white hair. She's got a great, beautiful kitchen, the best kitchen around. But all of that was because we analyzed their retirement, helped them make these decisions. And you listening, I want to provide this same income plan review to you. Okay, you probably have these decisions. It might have even gripped you or paralyzed you into indecision. So let me help. Pick up the phone. If you're age 55 or above and have saved $500,000 or more, pick up the phone. Our number at the office here, I've got Tanya standing by. The number is 843-890-2400. 843-890-2400. You can call us or text the word income, and I'll know that you want to have your income analyzed, give it a full second opinion so that you guys can retire with that same confidence as my other clients. So again, that number, 843-890-2400.
Thanks for listening to Charleston's Retirement Coach Podcast with Brandon Bowen. To learn more, visit bowenwealth.com and join Brandon for his radio show, Charleston's Retirement Coach, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 94.3 WSC.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if J. Brandon Bowen is licensed in your state, please call 843-203-2030. J. Brandon Bowen is an investment advisor representative of Bowen Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. J. Brandon Bowen is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Bowen Wealth, LLC, insurance licensed in South Carolina. Market Guard is a registered investment advisor with the SEC and provides model portfolios only to Impact Partnership Wealth. Market Guard makes no implied warranties or representations and is not liable for any data presented.